Hey Spartans, and welcome back to Spartan Weekly. I'm your host Maggie Stenberg, and we couldn't be happy to have you here. This week brings dissection and biology classes, softball's cancer awareness game, and some OOTDs. For the past few weeks, students enrolled in biology class have been dissecting animals such as pigs and rats as a part of their anatomy unit. Here's reporter Ella Corbin with a further look into that.
Dissection season is upon us. Biology classes are dissecting worms, crayfish, rats, frogs, and even small pigs. I talked to Mr. Sims about what students learn and the importance of these dissections.
In the biology department and also in anatomy and physiology, we do several dissections. As you can see, I've got a lot of models of different body systems. And so we go into body systems or talk about certain structures and their functions. But a lot of times those body systems, we learn about them kind of in isolation of each other, like the skeletal or the muscular or the digestive or whatever. Sometimes we do colorings. We look at models on papers. Sometimes we look at models like these. But it's not really until you see, I think, something firsthand that you really understand how that system, again, works with other body systems. In biology, often we're learning about certain body systems. When we start to look at specimens, we're focusing in on those body systems in particular. So we've done a little bit of the groundwork about what we should be looking for in some of those functions. But then when we're actually getting into the dissection, sometimes we might watch a video, or I'll be doing a demonstration of kind of follow these steps to be able to examine whatever it is the goals are of that dissection. The standard that we're working on is how systems interact to provide certain functions for specimens or for organisms. So that's ultimately what we'd want them to know, is how different systems interact with each other.
Sounds like an interesting unit. Thanks, Ella. Next up, we have sports reporter Natalie Schultz with some exciting sports news and reporter Jamie Ivey with an inspiring softball story. Let's start off with your Spartan scoreboard.
What's up, sports fans? I'm Spartan Sports Center reporter Natalie Schultz, here with your scores of this week. Starting off this week, May 11th, girls soccer was at home against Hudson. They took a tough 1-0 loss. On May 12th, softball headed down to Grand Rapids, where they took the win 12-0. On May 13th, girls soccer and baseball were both at home. Girls soccer played Somerset, where they had another huge win, 4-0. Also on May 13th, softball was down in Chippewa Falls at an invitational tournament where they won all 3 of their games. Baseball had a doubleheader against Wausau East, where they won 4-2 in the first game and lost 3-2 in the second. Moving on to May 15th, baseball and girls soccer were both at home once again. Baseball lost 8-5 against Hermantown, and girls soccer had another huge win for their senior night against Hayward, 7-0. Also on May 15th, softball played Hibbing at home, where senior Indigo Fish incorporated her senior project into the game, Knock Cancer Out of the Park. They absolutely destroyed 12-0. On May 16th, girls and boys track had their conference meet at home against 7 different schools. The girls unfortunately fell short. They took second place and were 7 points behind first, and boys took second. Congratulations to Mackenzie Brandley, Lily Gamas, Josephine Hansen, and Savannah Leopold for breaking the new girls 4x100 meter relay race with a time of 51.32 seconds. On May 17th, softball was at home against Proctor, where they crushed 7-0. Closing out May 17th, boys golf had a meet at home against 11 different schools. Overall, their team placed 6th with a score of 333. On Monday, May 15th, Spartan softball headed out to the field to knock cancer out of the park as senior Indigo Fish's senior project. Spartan Spin's Jamie Ivey is here to explain further.
Another class of 2023 graduate is taking another act of kindness into their own hands. On Monday, May 15th, senior Indigo Fish took the opportunity alongside the rest of the Spartan softball team to knock cancer out of the park, the name of her senior project for cancer awareness. Fish says the project was a great success for both raising awareness and raising money for those affected by cancer.
It helps raise awareness and money for those in need of it through a sport that I love playing. I went around to many businesses asking for donations or for them to help in any way that they could. It's helped raising money for cancer patients and people that struggle with it. How much money we made, it's going to help a lot of people.
Thanks, Jamie. That's it for this week's sports news and scores. Sending it back to you, Maggie.
Big thanks to Natalie and Jamie. Congrats to the girls softball team for winning on such an impactful day. Next up, we're bringing back some OOTDs and reporter Gavin Reboard's segment of Gavin with Gavin. Roll the footage.
Welcome back to this week's episode of Gavin with Gavin. Let's get right into it. And then what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing a toga.
What are you wearing?
Western.
And then what are you wearing today?
This is my cowboy outfit.
All right.
I think this was my great-grandfather's hat, so I thought I'd wear it today.
All right. And then what are you wearing today?
Today's Thousand Island, so I'm dressed in all Hawaiian.
And then what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing my cowgirl hat, and I got my jeans and my camel cracks on.
All right, thank you. And then what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing blue because I was told to.
All right, thank you. And then what are you wearing?
I'm wearing this Hawaiian shirt from Old Navy. I got this from my mom, and I'm wearing these swim trunks.
And then what are you wearing today?
I'm wearing a pink flamingo shirt because flamingos are awesome.
Loving the fun outfits. Thanks, Gavin. Stay tuned for next week's webcast episode to see more information on the Spirit Week and the dress-up days. That wraps up this week's episode. I'm your host, Maggie Stenberg, and thanks for taking a spin with us.
Just for a little, just for a little, just for a little bit. So, that's what happened last time. Whew, this is getting a little hot. You're really close.
Poking horn.
He sees us recording. He comes up with this whole, deer leg, and he puts it on my shoulder. He just put it on my shoulder, and I was, okay.